All right, welcome back. So we're going to do a real quick session here on variable reassignment and shortcuts. So we talked about variables. This is when you have some word you make up on the left-hand side, the equal sign, and then something that you are setting the value to be. Reassignment just means that you can set that variable's value more than once. That's called reassigning a variable, and you're going to be doing a lot of this. So let's say it is 1886, and this is the Agricultural Mechanical College of Texas. This would be the abbreviation for Texas A&M at the time. So let's set it equal to a variable name, and let's print that thing out. All right, now it is many years later, and people say we prefer the name Texas A&M University since we ain't no college in Omo. We are now a university, so we need to update our variable named name to this new value, and then we print it out again, right? So reassignment is just a fancy word for saying that one variable can hold multiple values from time to time. So first time it's this, second time it's this, third time, who knows? We might be a branch campus of UT in the future. Sorry, it's a bad joke. All right, so that's reassignment. It is just reassigning a new value to a variable. Not complicated. A little bit more complicated is abbreviated assignments. So you'll see this a lot in programming. Plus pluses, plus equals, minus minus. All of this is basically because programmers are lazy, so they built in some fancy stuff into the programming languages, so they have to type less. So let's see what this looks like. So we initially have a variable named count, and we set its value equal to 0. Let's say we want to increment that value by 1. So you can set count equal to the old value of count plus 1, right? So whatever the old value was, we take it plus 1 and we assign it to the new value, right? So at this point, count will equal 1. This is one way of incrementing the value by 1. You often have to do this as you're looping through things, or potentially in a while loop, for example, where you need to keep track of an iterator that you're on top of. We'll see that in a couple sessions. Or you might be looping through files, and you need to know what the file name is because they go from 0 to 100, and you need to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. There's lots of reasons why you might need to increment a value by 1 all over the place. You might also have to increment by 2 or powers of 2, or there's lots of reasons that you need to grow things or shrink things. So this way requires using the same variable name twice in the same typing line, right? So programmers decided this was annoying, we're going to come up with a better way. So this does the exact same thing, except you don't have to have this second count word in there. So when you see a plus equals, it means this variable equals its old value plus equal whatever this thing to the right was. So it got rid of having to have this second word count in the actual typing that you have to do. So this is going to increment count by 1. So count plus equals 1 is equivalent to count equals count plus 1. You can write it either way, and they do the exact same thing. This one is a lot shorter. This one will have other programmers laugh at you. So you can do count plus equal 1, count plus equal 2, which would be the same equivalent to replacing a 2 here. You could use an exponent in here. You can do whatever you want to increase or change the value. There's additional operators like minus equal, and these content here will be updated to include the full set. So not complicated. Variable reassignment is just having an equal sign after a variable more than once, so you can set it equal to as many things as frequently as you like. And abbreviated assignments are just because programmers are lazy. You will see lots of examples of exactly this. This is just the first of many. So plus equals means exactly the same as count equals count plus 1. Not complicated, you'll get the hang of it.